So students, yesterday as we were discussing parts of speech, we finished up till preposition. So let's start conjunction today. So here in conjunction, first of all, what is the definition of conjunction, or in general what we know a conjunction is? So the work of a conjunction is that it joins two different sentences, words or clauses. So with the help of some words, if we are going to join two different sentences and to make it one, so the words which we use, so those words are conjunctions, such as Ram and Sham, or we can say like he is poor yet he is honest. So here you see the first sentence when I say Ram and Sham, so these two names are different, but to bring it together we joined it, and we use but with the help of the word and. So there, here the word and is a conjunction. In the next sentence, he is poor yet he is honest. So this is two different sentences, he is poor and the other is he is honest. So to bring it in one, we add these two sentences with the help of the word yet. So here yet becomes one conjunction. So actually, as per the definition, the actual work of conjunction is to join those words which joins together two words or phrases or clause or sentences. That is basically the work of conjunction. But when we go a bit deeper about conjunction, we get two different kinds of conjunction. First is coordinate and the next is subordinate. So what is coordinate conjunction? What coordinate conjunction? The definition it says. The coordinate conjunctions definition, it says that we, as the work of a conjunction, as we know, it joins two different sentences. So in the same way, the coordinate conjunction here, it works by joining the same thing, joins words words or sentences. But here in coordinate conjunction, one very specific thing is this, that it joins only sentences of equal order or of same order or equal rank. Such as if I'm going to say he is poor yet he is honest. So here the two sentences, he is poor and the other is he is honest, these two different sentences, they are of equal rank. So for that we join these two sentences with the word yet. So here yet becomes a coordinate conjunctions. And we got four different kind of coordinate conjunction. First is cumulative conjunction. These are actually the subkinds. Next is alternative, after that adversative, and the last one is elative conjunction. Now what is cumulative conjunction? So cumulative conjunctions means to bring together or to accumulate, such as I went to the bazaar and bought books. So going to bazaar is a fact and bringing books is another fact. So here we join these two sentences with the conjunction and. So here we accumulate these two sentences, we bring these two sentences together with the help of the word and. So here and is cumulative conjunction, or we can say like one more example, Ram, Sham and Rahim are friends. So we bring these three names together, we accumulate these three names and we make it as a fact. Ram, Sham and Rahim are friends. So here and Rahim, the word and, the conjunction and. So we, with the help of that particular word and, we accumulate, we bring all this 3% together, and this is what the work of cumulative conjunction. Next comes alternative conjunction. So what is alternative conjunction? Alternative conjunction always gives you choice in between two, as what the word alternative actual means. Work hard, for example, I'm saying work hard or you will fail. So you are having two options. You are having two choice. First of all, you'll have to work hard. That is a fact. Otherwise, you will fail is another option. Whether now you'll have to work hard or if not, you will fail. So here, work hard or you will fail. In this sentence, you will see or. The word or brings together this sentence and it works as a choice. So whenever the words you see, the sentences gives you a choice, so directly it comes to know that that is a coordinate conjunction and that is subkind is alternative conjunction. Or you can say like behave yourself else you will suffer. So same thing, it's giving you choice. Next comes the third one is adversative conjunction. So what is adversative? Adversative, always remember it works, you will get the opposite fact from the previous sentence, such as he is poor yet he is honest. Now being poor is a fact and being honest is another fact. These are two opposite to each other. So here the word yet works as adversative conjunction. Or you can get another example like Ram is fat but his brother is slim. So Ram, talking about Ram, he is fat, that is a fact, and the total opposite fact is his brother is slim. So fat and slim both are two different facts. So we joined it together with one coordinate conjunction, that is adversative conjunction. The subkind is with the help of the word but. Ram is fat but his father is his brother is slim. Got it? And the last one is the subkind of coordinate conjunction is elative. Elatives always give you, it works in the result, whatever it comes. It will give you a sense of inference or elation, such as it is time to play, so let us begin. So it is the time. So now the result comes that it is our time to play, so let's begin. Or you can say he was guilty, therefore he was punished. So he was guilty as of what? As of what? The result comes, he was punished. So here in this word we give the result. So whenever the sentence, the conjunction or the words which the sentence which gives us a notion of showing any kind of result of an action, so always comes that is elative conjunction. So this is what we got in coordinate conjunction. That is, we got first of all conjunction, we got two kinds of its own, that is coordinate conjunction and other is subordinate conjunction. And when we need to go a bit deeper, therefore coordinate conjunction we got its subkinds, the four subkinds, that is cumulative conjunction, alternative conjunction, adversative conjunction and elative conjunction. Now for subordinate conjunction, what do we get? The definition says a subordinate conjunction is one that joins two clauses of unequal rank. Coordinate conjunction refers to, it joins two equal, and subordinate joins two unequal rank sentences. So it must be one being subordinate to the other, and this subordinate conjunction always expresses time, place, manner, comparison, cause, result, purpose, condition, or contrast. If you need to find out whether the conjunction is a subordinate or a coordinate, how we will find? If the sentence is not providing us any kind of facts about time, place, manner, comparison, cause, result, purpose, condition or contrast in using the conjunction, then we will come to know whether it's coordinate or subordinate. So for example, for time I'm saying suppose wait here till I return. So here the word till, it refers to time, so definitely this is one subordinate conjunction. Or you can say leave the room before my daddy comes. So the word like till, before, when, after, while, so these are all, these words refers to time. So whenever a conjunction, a sentence, in a sentence, whenever it refers about time, so we will come to know that that conjunction is subordinate conjunction. Same as in regarding place, you will see, for example, let me know where he has gone. Now the word where, let me know is a fact, is a part of the sentence. He has gone, another part of the sentence. So these two part of the sentence is joined by the word where. Where means talks about a place. So whenever it talks about a place, and if it's a conjunction, then we will come to know then that this kind of conjunctions are subordinate conjunctions. So in this way you will see in your book also it's given. So there are, for subordinate conjunction, always try to keep in your mind that if it refers to time, place, manner or extent, comparison, cause, result, purpose, condition or contrast, then always it comes as subordinate conjunctions. So let me give you one example each for all these kinds. So first, time and place, it's done. Now let's come to manner or extent. So if I'm going to say this is how you should do it, so how, the word how, it shows about the manner. So this is subordinate conjunction. If you need to go for comparison, so it could be like so Sohan is wiser than Mohan, or you can say like he is bold as a lion. So this is comparison. Next is cause. I was absent for I was down with fever. So this talks about subordinate conjunction and its cause. It's referred about reason or cause. Next is result. He is tired that he cannot walk anymore, or in other way we can say we eat that we may live. So the result of eating is to live. So this is subordinate conjunction. Next is purpose. He walked hard that he might pass, or walk fast lest he should miss the train. It's purpose. Condition comes, you cannot succeed unless you work hard. The word unless talks about, it refers about condition. Or contrast, you can say he is honest though he is poor, or he cannot pass however hard he may try. So this is contrast. So this is all what we are getting till here. In other way, like if we need to go later on, obviously we will go and study a bit deeper about the conjunction with its kind and subkinds. But now the next part which we are going to study, which we are going to discuss about parts of speech here is, we already come up till conjunction, and now let's talk about interjection. So what is interjection? Interjection, as per the definition, we know that interjection are the words which expresses our sudden feeling of our mind. It could be joy, grief, surprise, approval, rebuke, attention, or hatred. So if the sentence expresses this kind of feeling, so that is interjection. But we, while using interjection, there is one mark, one sign is there, that is called mark of exclamation. If we are saying like, alas, we lost the game. So here it means grief, sorrow, right? So the word alas, it refers grief, it refers sadness. So that means after using the word alas, after writing the word alas, we will have to put the sign of exclamation. So whenever we put the sign of exclamation and whenever we use this kind of words, then that is interjection. So interjection is a word, as the definition I told you, expresses a sudden feeling of the mind. So that is what we get in interjection. And in our later classes, we are going to discuss deeply about transforming a statement into exclamation or an exclamation into statement. How we need to do or how we are going to do it, we will do it in our later classes. So till today, we will stop here, and in next class we will discuss more about noun. Starting from noun itself, we will start in a broader and deeper way. Thank you.